Actually, I had like a question topic I was going to ask you guys.
I got to delete my search history, guys.
Why? Why?
5 girls, 1 cup? Jesus, Pat. Keep adding more.
What? Yeah, I don't even click in anything.
What is it?
Let me see. Let me see. What you got?
Just my first 3 times.
I'm glad my Reddit history is not public.
You know what, Pat? You're not wrong. So,
I'm sorry.
What are phones for? Not for that.
I'm like, I gotta delete.
Have you heard of incognito mode?
Yes, I know what incognito is. Yes.
He's like, he just
use it.
No one's gonna check his phone.
You need it. You don't know my password.
What's up, guys? It's the Friendly Fire Podcast, episode 3. I'm Logan.
I'm Patrick.
I am Sean.
With a mouthful of gummy candy.
He wasn't ready for the podcast. Logan prepping
No.
for 30 minutes.
If you're wondering what that sloppy sound is,
He wasn't ready.
it's gummy bears.
Yeah, gummy cherries.
Who else is here?
Worth.
It's Worth.
Weird
Yeah.
shaped gummy bear.
And
Hi.
today, we're going to cover the Mass Effect Andromeda patch notes. We're going to talk about what we feel is the proper amount of time to judge a game, if you like it or not. The games with gold and the PlayStation Plus games have been announced. And Project Scorpio specs have been released. So,
Big
yeah.
news.
So this is exciting times this week.
This is it's a big deal.
Lots of good things happening.
My pants
So,
exploded off my body.
sounds about
We
right.
can discuss the price point later on once we get to the.
Are you
that
kicking your
discussion.
foot, Worth?
What? What am I doing? Oh yeah,
Something.
I'm sorry. I have a nervous.
I
fidget.
assume it was picking up on the mic.
I have a nervous fidget where I
You son of a bitch.
just bounce my leg all the time.
I do.
Why
too.
I'm over here like, huh?
Why are you nervous, Nate?
I've never done this before.
Why are you touching his leg shot?
Go easy, please.
All right, Worth.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
Well,
Now that you have time to play things.
now that I actually have time to play games.
Real estate simulator.
Well, I did that on Tuesday. I did that actually, and I passed. Good news is I passed.
Woo!
I am now officially
All right.
I'm a licensed real estate broker.
We can finally fund the podcast.
We can
Worth
fund
is going to
the
be our
podcast,
sugar
yes.
daddy.
You are now all my employees. So
Harder daddy.
yeah, I'll be your sugar daddy, baby. No, but Logan's
Took a violent right turn right away.
I just drove us off a cliff. Anyway, but yeah, I did all that. That's all out of the way finally. Jesus Christ, I didn't think I would break Sean that much. But most of what I played Rocket League for a little bit with Sean this week. I haven't played that game in a while, but it kind of felt good. I still like that game. Jesus, phrasing. Wow, I just got that. Yes, it felt really good, Sean. But stop laughing. Oh my God.
What else you got, Worth?
I played Rocket League and then a tiny bit of Siege. I played like 2 games, so nothing crazy.
We got to get back on that.
Wet
We
as
got to
a
get
whistle.
Micah and we got to get back on that.
Yeah, I want to get back into playing Ghost Recon because I still want to explore more of that. And I finally paid. I paid back Sean
Don't do
the
it.
debt that I owe him for giving me a copy of that game. I was gonna.
Thanks for the gummy cherries.
Yeah, he wanted me to give him $20 for it, and then he texted me today. He goes, "Just give me 2 bags of gummy cherries and a Diet Mountain Dew, and we'll be even."
And he got the wrong ones.
And I got that's all they had.
That's
I don't know how to have it.
worth.
I don't know how.
Sean's like, fine.
Yeah, but then of
I
course,
get a Snickers bar? These are peanut M&Ms, dude.
yeah, and then I played Mass Effect, obviously.
Woo!
I finally got my new armor piece. I'm rocking the Hyperion armor now.
Mm.
But I was completely emasculated once Pat showed me his. Well, I won't finish that sentence.
Mm.
No, he showed me his N7 armor that he got, and I'm just like,
Good shit.
yeah. But so far,
Shepard would be proud.
Yeah, God, I'm a Shepard. Why can't Shepard just be like 600 years old, but like not age?
Liara can.
Right. Liara's going to be in Andromeda, I swear to God.
I won't.
He wants it.
I won't spoil it.
I'm gonna live in denial.
No, do not spoil
I
it.
will not spoil
Do
it.
not spoil
Pat
shit.
knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Is those. Logan,
Cool.
what about you?
I played a little bit of ESO, actually. I finally got back on that. It took like a month break.
Took you long enough.
He was on an epic quest for flour.
I was actually.
You were on the most...
Flower?
Yeah, he was... Oh, man, the rage
I
of
was-
building.
yeah,
I was
I
there
was
like midway
infuriated.
through.
So it is it's the second anniversary of the game on console, I believe. So they're doing an anniversary event where you can get a birthday cake, but you have to find the ingredients, all the stuff.
What?
Couldn't
Really?
find fucking flour. Yeah, they did it last year. And when you make the cake and you eat it and everything, you get a double experience for 2 hours.
What if your character's vegan? Can you have flour? Can vegans have flour?
Can we kick him out of here right now?
Is flour from an animal?
Eggs are a byproduct,
Do you-
so no.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Flour?
Yeah, eggs are a byproduct of flour, I guess.
Well, cake.
Wait, he
Cake
said
has-
flour.
Flower. They're both stupid.
Yeah, I was,
we're moving on
this
from
is like the dumbest conversation we've ever had.
The
I
vegan
tried-
thing is eggs and the milk.
I get that, I know, but he's
No, I
like,
know.
he said, "Can vegans have flour?" I was
I'm
like,
like, yes, they can have flour.
"What the fuck do you mean can they have flour?"
Yes, they can
Okay,
have flour.
no, they can't have cake. So,
Can't have cake.
anyways, did that. I got back on Deus Ex. I started playing that again.
Wow.
You started over.
I actually did start over, basically, because I had kind of ran around just kind of wildly, just kind of doing random stuff, and I wanted to go in more focused. So
I've
I
done it
started
before
over.
too.
Yeah, I've done it multiple games.
You jump into a game and you're like, I don't remember how to play this game. We're
Right.
just gonna start all over and
Pretty much.
get it down.
So I'm gonna keep working on that. I fucking love that game. I always have. I just so many things came out last year that it kind of get got pushed back and everything.
You don't say.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I did more Halo Wars. A little bit of the single player, mostly Blitz because I love Blitz mode. Rainbow Six Siege, a lot of that, and getting more on Andromeda. Getting more into
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, boy.
I guess I played Pokemon Go also, and I don't really like it yet. But Disco got us on Clash Royale.
Oh, you're warming up to it still.
It's it's okay. It's not bad. Disco's really good at it. He knows what's up. He was telling me stuff, but it's okay. We'll see. We'll see.
He's putting a gun to our head.
More or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not gonna fall for it. I don't want to.
He's not on the podcast. We swear.
yeah. So, all right, Pat. What are you
I've been playing Andromeda. Like
playing? Is that all?
You don't say.
ridiculous amounts of Andromeda.
Nothing wrong with
is
that.
Pretty much it. Yeah, just my dumb mobile games and Andromeda is pretty much
Your
it.
dumb mobile games.
I
You
downloaded
casual scum.
Borderlands 2.
Oh, I played that too.
Don't you have a Handsome
played
Jack
it.
collection?
Oh, I beat Borderlands.
I have
2.
the Handsome Jack collection, yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't Borderlands 2 included in that?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the pre-sequel and all the DLC and Borderlands 2 and all the DLC.
So why'd you download Borderlands 2 again?
No, I reinstalled
Oh, you reinstalled
my
it.
Handsome Jack collection.
Okay, I was gonna say.
You gotta catch up with.
Jesus,
I
man.
could have sworn you said download. I'm sorry.
Jesus. You think I'm a scrub or something?
I guess.
I'm not a 4-year-old. Anyway, but yeah, I was gonna bring that up because I beat the game on the PS3, but I never beat it on the PS4, and I never played any of the DLCs on the original PS3 version. So I really would just want to play Tiny Tina's Dragon Keep because it looks super.
I'm in the middle of that right
And
now.
it's hilarious.
It's fucking amazing.
It
If you've
looks-
ever played D&D, you've got to play this game. It is
so
awesome.
amazing, just ridiculousness. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a lot of Andromeda, and I know so much stuff, and I want to talk about it, but I can't, and it's driving me insane.
We should just have an Andromeda podcast.
And Sean got mad at me or he got like disappointed in me because I was going through, and he's like, spoilers. I'm like, it's just datapad stuff, and he's like, are you actually gonna sit there and read that? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, obviously.
Look at who you're dealing with.
Do
And
you
he goes-
not?
He goes, do you read every scan thing you do too? And I'm like, yeah.
At that point, I just walked away.
I was like, do you not read
It's
everything
like-
in the
it's
game
like-
like I do?
It's like Homer Simpson dissolving back into the hedge.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now the lore nerd is always true in me. But anyway,
Yeah.
Sean, what have you been playing, big boy?
Who you calling Dave?
Papa Smurf,
I haven't had a...
Bronco buddy.
Shut up.
That's for Drew.
That's it.
I wore something slutty for Drew and he didn't show up. I'm so...
Disappointed.
He did.
in Drew.
I really haven't had that much time to play Andromeda this week, unfortunately.
Mer.
I'll get to it. Rocket League. I fucking hate Rocket League, but I play it. Story of my life. As Logan pointed out, started playing Clash Royale.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'll play it for you. Let me try it out.
You can if you want.
Just
We'll do that later.
And that pretty much covers it.
Just those two.
Yeah, that's
It's an exciting week for
That's
Sean.
pretty fucking sad.
The monotone in
yeah.
his voice tells you how excited he is. about everything.
He's always monotone. What are you talking about?
We didn't play a whole lot of variety this
Not a
week.
lot, no.
I'm kind of disappointed.
No,
Sorry.
well,
I'm
You've been
sorry.
playing a lot of hours, Mass
It's
Effect. That's
Andromeda.
fair. That's
I'm
fair.
sorry.
I'll give you that.
I can't not stop playing, so it's not a negative.
We have to get back on Siegeworth.
We do have to get back to
Saying.
Siege. Or I'd even be fine playing Division again.
Oh shit! I forgot.
Oh, you
I
did
played,
play Division. I saw you
I
playing
played
that.
the Underground mode again. I did or Survival mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that again. That is a fucking nightmare. When you get to the end, I got my character like basically as strong as I possibly could. I started fighting the last boss, was destroying him. He hid and healed himself full. I was like, all right, well, fuck this. Same thing. I started destroying him. He hit again and healed full. I was like, well, fuck. They turn off your powers, which really sucks. And so I was running around. A second boss came over. I was like, well, fuck it, I guess. And so I just let them kill me.
You tried.
I still haven't like beat that mode yet. I
haven't either.
the closest I got is like I was like 8th out of the whole lobby, I guess. Like it was a full lobby, but I got pretty far, so I was pretty happy with that. But I've only played it just that one
That guy
time.
doing that healing fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Gotta hate
super
that, right?
annoying.
Although I'm not gonna lie, in the future, if we ever come up with something that can instantaneously heal you, and if I get shot, I'm running into the corner and being like, oh god, thank you.
Oh, good.
I'm alive.
Just stand by the barrel and just warm up. You're fine.
Did you try that, Sean? No?
Really?
Because me and Disco did a co-op, and we got to the end also, and I think we got killed by NPCs at the end. Just random rogue ones. But I think you can do up to 4 people in that, so we should all go do survival mode. It is a blast.
I think it was one of those things we were trying to coordinate to play it,
So,
but we
yeah.
never got around
I
to it.
wonder
FFG survival mode,
FFG
Exactly.
survivors.
aka everyone died.
Yeah, that too.
Nobody
wonder,
trusts
though-
anybody.
I wonder though if you go into that as a squad, do you have to fight to the death? Like what if you're the last 4 people alive?
I don't know yet.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not sure.
That
would
would
be
be
so
pretty
good.
cool, actually.
It would be pretty cool. It's the kind of Castle Crashers where you get to the princess, you have to fight each other.
Logan finds out before everyone else, and at the end, he's like, "Fuck you guys!"
I
and
would
throws
betray all of you.
Yeah, throws a bunch of grenades down and
And
bails.
then-
Goddamn right.
It's like the Hunger Games, pretty much, but Division.
Like what you do is you pretend to like crouch down, like you're doing emote stuff, but secretly you're actually like
I'm
dropping
doing
a
jumping
grenade.
jacks, and then I start
And
throwing
then you
grenades.
you just put grenades
Like,
down,
psych, bitch.
and they're like, "Ha, Logan's joking around," and then you jump off the thing. They're like, "Oh, where are you going?" Boom! Everyone's
See you
dead.
later.
Cool guys, though. Look at explosion.
Yeah.
So,
That's the strategic move I would do.
I guess the biggest thing for us before Pat's going to leave us a little early, and then we're going to go into the Xbox conversations. But Mass Effect Andromeda patch notes, I didn't read or look up any of them. So what is new?
New
trick.
overall, there's nothing really new.
Or what are they doing?
Like,
I guess in
new.
the patch notes.
They definitely fixed the facial animations.
Which I'll get into somewhat.
Yeah, Nate can
later.
jump on that because he knows a little bit more about it than I do. I'm just going off what I read on the patch notes.
Yeah, people will probably still bitch about this game, even though they fixed it within what?
The-
game's been out for 2 weeks.
Not
3 weeks?
not even a month.
Yeah.
Not even 3 weeks, even.
Yeah, no. It's,
But the facial animations, though, guys, shut the fuck up.
it seems like yours is what, like 2.2 gigs is what I saw,
Only 2.4.
or
I think,
2.4. I think mine was only like 1.8 or 1.9. It wasn't as big because like Sean can vouch for me today. Since I've played the game so much, like I know right when the loading screen like loads up, I know exactly like what path I'm gonna take, like running through stuff, and like the game would freeze trying to catch up with me, which I brought up in the last podcast. So I don't know how it's like on the Xbox, but it's still a little bit of a problem on the PlayStation. I can definitely tell the facial animations are better. Like mouths aren't going all over the place. Eyes are still moving around a little bit, but not nearly as bad. But yeah, facial, like Liam's face is so much better. That's one thing I noticed right away. Is like Liam's face is 8 million times better than what it used to be.
Like, you are ugly, you son of a bitch. Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's just the way his like face worked when he was like smiling or like doing any emotion. If he's just talking, he was fine. But
What's the chick? I think she stays on Hyperion, right? No.
The Nexus.
Nexus.
The Nexus.
Playing too much Borderlands. Hyperion.
Addison?
Borderlands, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Director
her.
Addison? Or not
She
director
always
Addison,
looked
but Addison.
really weird to me. Yeah.
I'm
Jobs like
so
this.
tired.
Her eyes are wide
her
open.
eyes are always
Hopefully they
constantly
worked
staring.
on her because I think she was the most awkward looking character.
I haven't
You
been
want
to
some crack?
I actually have a quest to go back to her, but I have not gone back to the Nexus
It
yet.
looks like they kind of fixed some of the like lighting effects too.
Lighting
Like,
definitely got fixed. The biggest thing I didn't realize beforehand, because I was playing yesterday before the patch came out, and I was doing a side quest on one of the planets, one of the big desert planets. It's not Eos.
Is it the Krogan
Okay.
planet? Or,
Yes, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to. But anyway, they had this weird bug to where if you brought up your map and then exited straight back into like the gameplay, the screen would be super, super bright for like 10 seconds. And initially,
Weird.
I thought it was like a realism effect where like, oh, my eyes are adjusting to the sunlight. Well, I'm like, that's kind of cool. But it happened every single time, and it got worse and worse. Like it started like 7 seconds, and then 9 seconds, and then 11
Weird.
seconds, and it got
Why are you
longer.
wearing sunglasses?
I'm like, oh my god, I can't see anything. I'm like trying to look around. They fixed that, definitely. I noticed that right away. But yeah, like he said, mainly like a lot of the lighting effects, because sometimes you'd walk into a cave and you figure your flashlight's fucking supposed to turn on, but it doesn't turn on. So you're just like talking to this dude against this shadowy wall, and you're like,
I don't know who this guy is.
Whatever, dude. Yeah.
You want to buy some drugs?
You Kermit the Frog, or fucking what are you doing?
Evil Kermit, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to Evil Kermit.
Deep throat.
Yay!
But yeah, besides, like, it was mainly just graphical stuff. A couple
That's
bugs
good.
were fixed, one preloading and everything like that, but I think mainly the patch was graphical from everything that I
Oh,
read.
cool.
But I guess there's a little bit of explanation now from both EA and BioWare.
Yeah, Nate knows about this.
Regarding the facial animations, which is what everybody was complaining about, or the people's biggest complaint, I guess. And I guess turns out that EA and BioWare kind of outsourced a lot of the facial animations to different development teams. I think that especially for the human characters, like they kind of figured that that I don't know, it'd be a lot easier to animate. But at the same time, for a lot of the non-human characters, like Turians, Asari, whatever you got,
They looked better. Than
looked
the
better.
humans most of the time.
yeah. So like BioWare focused on developing those characters because they wanted to have like a more personal touch, but they kind of figured the human characters would be a bit easier to develop, and they did it. They did it with the they did it with the excuse like it was more efficient and they can get the development done faster. But like if you're making a game this scale with such a large expectation, it's kind of you have to be kind of careful with that kind of stuff as far as because it can honestly I think it just comes off as kind of lazy to me.
Oh yeah.
But basically what they did with whatever this development, I think it was EA Bucharest, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, whatever. Bucharest, or whatever you say it. I don't know. But what they were doing was that they were using kind of a sort of like what No Man's Sky did with their planet development. Like the game just kind of develops itself a little bit, but it's on a smaller scale, and they kind of use this algorithm or software, what do you want to call it, or code, to input into the facial animations of the humans that kind of like mimics real life facial animations, and kind of and just whoa shit, I hit my mic.
Get a little too excited.
He's getting tense. I'm gesturing. And it kind of just like codes the game itself for the facial animations, and it tracks movement based on what we would perceive in real life. But it kind of
the eyes make it realistic.
The eyes
half
make
the
it
time
realistic.
because we were like, no human. I can barely stand to look at Logan, let alone actually keep my eyes focused on when I'm talking to him.
That's
so.
fine.
but
Oh, thank you.
but like I think a lot of that backfired because it was such kind of a hands-off development, and BioWare they were worried more about outsourcing this portion of the game as opposed to keeping it all in-house, that they lost kind of that personal touch, I suppose. And that kind of they admitted that, and that contributed to a lot of complaints, which I understand. But at the same time, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a complaint, really, because I still have the theory that Mass Effect has always had pretty quirky facial animations.
They always have, yeah.
So it's not really a huge deal to me, but I can understand why people would think that, and it's a good thing that BioWare at least kind of addressed that, because I know that was a huge complaint from a lot of the consumers, the people that bought the game.
Because if you don't look good, your game fucking sucks.
Right.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's interesting that from what I remember, I'm sure this is not a general, rule or whatever, the way it works. But in the games that I know of outsourcing, like a lot of times it doesn't work right.
exactly.
I think with Doom's multiplayer and it kind of like the servers weren't really working. And there was other things people were complaining about for it. The Deus Ex, the newest. The first one of this new series they relaunched, not like the old 90s one.
Like Mankind.
Mankind Divided newest. Human Revolution.
Human Revolution.
Yeah.
The boss fights were like outsourced, and those were like the biggest complaint people had about that game. So
Because of what? Shitty animation? Or
No, it was basically the game you could go full stealth or full action, whatever. Then you got to a boss fight, and there's like one way to beat it. Instead of having all these different options, like you had all game, you go to the boss, you're like, I just have to shoot until they're dead. And so it was kind of a weird, kind of
There's not like a tactical
not broke
way to
immersion.
take them down
Yeah,
or
it was
anything.
like because if you did full stealth and you didn't have any weapons that were offensive, you were more or less fucked.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You could find weapons on map and you could kind of do new things. You could hack stuff to shoot them. But if you were playing like a no kill playthrough, you still had to kill them. It was kind of a weird. It was a weird thing.
Well,
so.
That
especially
makes sense.
especially like if you know EA is an American. Well, BioWare, like aren't they an American developer?
I don't.
I believe or
Canada?
Canadian. But point is they're a North American developer and they're outsourcing this development to a studio in Europe. So like it kind of simply comes down to like time zone differences.
I just
So, like,
wonder
so you're-
what. I mean, these games are obviously huge.
Yeah.
Mass Effect is one of the biggest AAA games out there.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how. I mean, they were outsourced for a reason. I would assume. I mean, you might have wanted better quality control, possibly. But I was wondering how much they could have kept in house. Maybe there's a reason they didn't keep that part in house. Maybe something slipped through the cracks. So I'm wondering if there's more to it than what we're aware of for why outsourcing. Because I know when like Call of Duty Sledgehammer Games helped one of them, and that Call of Duty was pretty well received.
Yeah. Well,
It came
the
together
The
well.
first game that Sledgehammer developed
Not developed.
or not developed, but like worked on was Modern Warfare 3. So that was no, was it? Yeah,
I think it was.
yeah, it was Modern Warfare 3.
Which technically, I think it was, a
It
fine
was,
release. Whatever.
It was a good, decent. It's probably the least like respectful one in that series.
Well, in terms of like the story,
but in terms
for
of
sure, yeah.
well, they had to like finish off the Modern Warfare series,
Yeah.
I guess, some way. But point is, like, it still worked pretty well. But I don't know. I just think there might have been a lot of like communication like mishaps
It's
somewhere along the
possible.
line with, especially if you're a North American studio that is like the originator of this game or developer, whatever you call it, and you're outsourcing work to a studio that's in Europe, like you're on an 8-hour time difference. So like coordinating meetings and that kind of stuff could probably get pretty hard to come by sometimes. That's just my theory. But,
Oh yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure.
But
Did you notice any multiplayer patches?
I
'Cause
actually haven't
read
played
anything on
multiplayer
that.
yet.
Neither have
I mean, everything in the multiplayer to me seemed to work. I mean, they might just do fixes and updates, that things like on the back end that aren't really noticeable. I have no idea. Everything in the multiplayer to me has been solid. I haven't been kicked from a game.
Besides the occasional not grabbing the leg.
That's in single player too. That's the whole thing. It's unfortunate. Yeah, sometimes you'll jump to a ledge and you just kind of like land near it and you just fall back down. It's like, no, I needed to get up there. What? I jumped for a reason. So I wish that.
It's even worse when you biotic charge and you just like slide against it and roll that. I've done.
I haven't done that yet.
No, I'm like, oh, I got it. No, I didn't got
nice.
it.
It's like you just
And
splat.
you're still in the animation like phase or pose, and you're just sliding down.
Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, I wish they would fix that in Mass Effect. I want to be able to
Sure they will.
grab the ledges that I
Sure they will.
jump to.
Well,
Damn
I mean,
If they're still having like
but-
preloading bullshit, that's another issue that might actually be happening. Like maybe the ledge hasn't loaded enough to be counted
Something.
as the
I don't
frames.
know.
I'm just calling bullshit off,
Yeah, right. Who knows? Right?
But yeah,
But
I
fix
have
it.
run into a couple of occurrences where I just run into invisible walls, like that are like, especially
Me too.
on EOS. Like
Mhm.
I'm in the middle of like the little settlement, like and
you start running, and you just
start
like,
and I start running, and then just like I just stop, and I have to like walk around this invisible wall
Mhm.
to get to where I'm going. But there's nothing there to block me.
on one of the and this is the last thing I'll bring up about it. Just on a funny one that I thought was on one of the planets when I finally got the outpost all the way out there. When I reloaded, I could see all the NPCs like standing in their spots, but none of the buildings had preloaded yet. So just like looked like a bunch of people just floating in the air.
They're just hovering
around-
like gods.
And then all of a sudden it's like bing, 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 boom, and all the buildings finally loaded in. I'm like,
That's ridiculous.
That's pretty hilarious.
I've seen plenty of games like that.
oh yeah,
I think
no, it'll
I
always
think the worst culprit.
overworld games until yeah.
I think the worst culprit of that was this game called Last Remnant. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh yeah.
That was a fucking shit show. Like that, like everything was loading. Like it was like just cloudy, like N64 graphics. Like but like during the gameplay, like it was still loading in all the textures and shit as the game was like starting up. But I could have been a cool idea for a game, but I don't know. It was bad.
What do you have in your mouth?
That's for Sean, not me.
I just realized that too.
I'm just wondering.
Word for handle.
You're holding a box cutter and you're like
Guess something is.
slightly
Sean.
drooling.
He's eating.
I'm wondering exactly what's going on.
He's
Any other Mass Effect thoughts?
No, that's
So we
really
just
it.
get back
No.
on topic.
No,
Or
sorry.
Sean, you son
Yeah,
of a
no,
bitch.
that's about it.
Sean's eating a human finger right now.
I'm still just. I know I'm a fanboy all the way through, but God damn it, I said it.
Ha! He did.
all the way through.
Counter. Ding.
I'm still enjoying the game.
Oh yeah, it's still
And I'm
great.
like I said, I feel like I'm getting close to the end of like the main story. Obviously, there's still stuff to do. Like there's all these additional quests that don't pop up on your map. You just got to be lucky enough to like roam around and explore and find them. So I'm like, I'll deal with those after I beat the game because you can still keep exploring and level up and get all the achievements that you want. Because apparently level 80 is the max level in this in single player.
60?
No, I'm like 50.
Oh, that's right. You just got to
54,
50
like
when we were
54
talking.
or something
Yeah,
like
okay.
that. Yeah, is what I'm at now.
Well,
Go.
no, what's up?
I was gonna say, like one last thought. Like it's kind of related to this game, but like I guess it's kind of more of a general idea. Like especially with this, I always had the thought that like nowadays, there is a much larger expectation for gaming, like and like the quality that consumers expect once a game is, by launch day, the game that they're anticipating. But I think it's kind of pretty much an expectation now that like big games like this are not going to quite be 100% on launch day.
Any overworld game, I'm never like.
But
yeah, it's
as
gonna be
long
perfect.
as long as the glitches and bugs aren't game breaking, it's acceptable to me. But like because I know the game is going to be polished and fine tuned as time goes on, that's fine. But like I said, so long as it's not game breaking, none of the stuff that's been going on in Mass Effect is game breaking to me. So,
I haven't had a game crash at all yet.
It's so yeah. I mean, I understand it's a gigantic game. I can't imagine what kind of like I can't even fathom the amount of work that goes into developing something like this. So I have no room to talk shit or say anything bad about this because like I don't know what goes on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, as long as the game is playable and not like crashing 24/7, that's fine.
There was one time in the game when I get to a new area especially with the jump jet kind of mechanic now, I will jump and climb on everything just because I want to go look around and see what's.
It's worth it. It's worth it every time.
I was jumping up one of the buildings. I kind of just walked off to get to the ground, and I landed in like this weird like some kind of alien plant. But it like kept me suspended, so my jump wouldn't go anywhere.
Oh shit!
And so I kept having I was boosted in every direction, trying to like roll and go into cover. And finally, like I hit a right part of the physics and I boosted out. But I was like, I'm stuck. I got to start over. This sucks. I don't even know when I saved last, and I was kind of panicking.
One of the newest colonies that I finally put on a planet, I just parked, like that red beacon thing that's glowing, and then that's how you activate the outpost. I had parked the Nomad. And then when I turned around to look at the Nomad, like it was underneath a building because it was like stuck on that point of the map where that building was supposed to come when you put the outpost there. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how we're gonna get out of there, guys.
Oh shit!
Like,
I can't go anywhere.
Like half of it's in the sand and the other half of it's like protruding out through the body of the building.
That actually
pretty
happened
fun.
to me in Wildlands a couple weeks ago, like where I found this little like tiny little crevice. Like I was climbing up this mountain, like trying to get to like my next objective and whatever. But I found this tiny little spot that, like, no matter which way I went, it was like just enough for me to not be able to like climb up because there were no textures to grab onto or like flat surfaces. So I'm just like walking in place in this little hole because I can't go anywhere. I'm trying to go prone. I'm trying to like jump. I'm trying to crouch out of it.
Insanely frustrating.
Yeah, like I couldn't. I'm like,
We've all had
why?
that.
Oh yeah.
Skyrim multiple. Countless
all the
times
time.
in
All the time in
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Countless times in Skyrim.
So
Like, I'm definitely not supposed to be here right now.
So, just since we're talking about Mass Effect and how huge of a game it is and how much there is to do, how long do you guys think you should play a game? And this can be applied to any kind of game. How long do you think it takes you to play a game and then to be able to properly judge it?
Do you mind if I start on
Yeah,
this?
go ahead,
Just
go ahead.
'cause I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go blatantly, because right when you brought this up, I'm like, I know exactly the answer that I am
Yeah.
and this is just straight personal me coming out of it. You cannot judge a game in the first, obviously it depends on what type of game it is. If it's like a dumb indie platformer that you can beat in like 2 days, that's a little different. But when it comes to, we're talking AAA titles plus, is what I'm going to be talking about. Number one, you cannot expect perfection off day one.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know why
totally
people.
fair.
I don't know why people ever expect that. The first thing they do is go after. Yeah, it's okay to bring up bugs and everything, but to call it like a horrible game just because of that doesn't make sense in my mind.
It's like people that were so mad about the facial animations in Mass Effect. They're like, "Fuck this game." It's like, it's a face. Play the fucking game. Yeah,
Pay the actual
yeah.
what
So
the
that's-
game's about.
That's exactly right.
Originally when I was thinking of the answer, I was going to be like, you can't judge it till you beat the entire game, which is not plausible, as I was like kind of thinking about it more and more as we were going through the podcast, because there are some games that just like you think they're really good, but then you get to a point where it's so awful, you're like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason
Yeah.
for like, and I can tell you my reference point is Final Fantasy 13. Like, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I got like maybe halfway through that game, I'm like, I fucking hate this game. I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah.
I really did not want to play it. It's the only Final Fantasy I've never, that 13-2 and all that bullshit. That's the only games I've
Never beat 'em?
never beaten on the Final Fantasy series,
Yeah.
besides the MMOs too. But I feel like you have to give it a good amount of time. You really have to get into, and it's so hard because again, it's the type of game it is. Like if we're comparing Mass Effect, the action, the combat's a really good part of it. I feel like it's like 60 or like 55-50. I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense.
Wait, what?
55-45.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me do it right there.
Give it 105%.
Math is hard.
Right. I feel like 55% of Mass Effect that they really focus on mainly is the story.
Yes.
Like the interactions, you know, they're building this
The dialogue
universe,
and
the dialogue,
everything,
everything, all that, everything that goes into it. And then the combat is a part of the game, but I feel like it's not what they're actually trying, because they're trying to tell a story.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
is
for sure.
technically ish and a role-playing game because you are taking on the role of this character and you're making all these decisions. And I feel like you have to play at least a couple hours of the game, not just the tutorial. Okay,
Yeah.
fucking newbies. You know, get into
Right.
the game, like talk to your crew. That's the whole point. Is you're going on this unknown adventure and you're building this crew and you start talking to the crew and you fall in love with the crew.
So
And
especially for Mass Effect, like it takes a decent amount of time to even really understand every part of the game to make a
Oh, yeah.
proper assessment.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Because you can play 2 hours of Mass Effect and you're still in the tutorial. Technically, like the tutorial part
in
of
a
the
way,
game.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you're
you're still
getting
learning
introduced to
things,
everything.
and
Yeah.
because you like once you get through like what you would call the tutorial part of it, on like the very first planet you land, you haven't really talked to your crewmates in terms of dialogue trees. You haven't learned about the resource management, the crafting,
How to do colonies or
the
any of
colonies.
that,
You haven't gotten your vehicle yet to drive around. You haven't been out in space. You know an incredibly small fraction of the game.
Yeah.
You cannot. Yeah, to me, like you can't. In like Mass Effect, you cannot properly judge it yet.
Hmm.
I mean, I would say like, and I don't want to really put a. I'm going to. I don't really want to put a number value on it, but like, if you have a game in Mass Effect, let's just say a standard playthrough, not like a Pat playthrough, but a standard playthrough is like 60 hours. Let's say. I would say for every 10 hours that a game has potential to play, you need to play for like an hour to judge it. So Mass Effect's a 60-hour game. I'd say you would need to play like 6 hours of that game to be able to say I played enough to make a proper assessment.
yeah.
So
And there's some people out there, like personality-wise, and again, I'm a very big realist. Like I'm the big lore nerd, and I'm that personality type. But I know people who fucking hate like any story,
Yeah.
dialogue whatsoever.
They just
They're
want to
like,
get into the action.
I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. This is not the game for them.
No, it's not.
And I know reviewers aren't being that type of people. Obviously, the reviewers are hopefully at least fans of the series or like the
Mhm.
game. So, but I'm broadening out all everything that can happen.
I would think with a game that size,
in an opinion of a game.
I would think with a game that size, like anything less than 5 hours is still considered a tutorial period. So like if you're still about like 5
But some
hours,
people hate that. That's why I'm talking. Like when we're talking about opinions,
that's
like we're not talking
fine.
about reviews. We're talking about opinions.
that's fine. But I mean, if you just really have to know what type of games you like. Obviously, you got your COD bros that just want to just get in there and just shoot stuff and blow things up and be like, oh my god, blah, Mountain Dew Doritos. But
I came from a dark place.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, well, you know I'm right. But like, if you're playing a game like Mass Effect or Fallout 4 or
1v1 me, bro.
1v1 me, Fallout 4, fucking Witcher, anything like that.
Mm.
I would think
I say that as I take a drink of Mountain Dew.
it's Diet Mountain Dew, actually. It's trying to be healthy.
Bruh.
Give me some Diet Doritos.
But I think I would say probably about 25 hours would probably be my guess for something like that. If you're gonna, because if you want to have like a if you're playing a game that's that expansive, that vast,
You're just
that,
skipping dialogue. You're clicking on whatever. You don't care.
No, not even skipping dialogue, but just like absorbing everything the game has to offer you would need to play at least a good 20 to 25 hours, in my opinion, because to have a proper assessment. So that gives you a good chance to experiment. To
like
experiment.
doing side quests and stuff.
Side quests, get an idea what the story's about.
I agree with that.
Well,
Yeah.
And I played 6 hours of Mass Effect. I think I just made my first outpost. I probably haven't even done that yet. And so, I said if it's, 1 hour per 10 hours a game, that's still really not even enough. In Mass Effect example, it'd be something even like Fallout or Skyrim, you're still like level 6 or 7 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people they have these opinions so quickly, it just frustrates me.
When they're like, I get bored really fast. I'm like, well, this is not the game you need to be playing. Is what I always say. I'm like, quit,
exactly.
Stop playing games
play,
like this.
like a mobile game or something. Go play
Clash Royale.
Yeah, Clash Royale.
Clash Royale.
Play those things that play Call of Duty. Play something
COD.
that.
Go play.
Go play something that'll give you the instant gratification.
Exactly. That's really what it is. Because if you read a review of a game, you expect that they beat the game most of the time. Maybe a huge game they played a good chunk of. But when someone's like, I played 2 hours of it, you're not going to listen to them.
No.
You're not. Their opinion is invalid to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my main thing. And that's the thing I want to talk about is reviews suck, but I want to talk, what I'm talking about is my own opinion.
Right.
Personally,
Well, this is all what we think, yeah.
How long does it take for me to play a game? Because I've played, games before, and I played 2 hours, and I'm like, this game sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe to some people, it's an amazing game. Like, oh, God.
What is the worst game you've ever played?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. That came out of nowhere. Yeah. Worst game.
Yeah. I have.
That I've purchased?
Real quick.
That I've owned?
Real quick, though.
Or just played in general?
I just want to say, if someone plays 2 hours of a game, they're fine. It's their, opinion, their right to say if they're not into it. It's our opinion what we're talking about. I don't think that they can really say that properly.
I know what mine is.
And they're fine to say if they're like, I played 2 hours of Mass Effect, it wasn't my thing, that's whatever. I was like, you didn't give it a fair chance, but fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So nobody's wrong, but I think you're wrong.
My game would be, and it's got a huge community, and fucking I'm an idiot and all the thousands of fans of this.
Bring on the hate.
It was, I can't remember, I think it was PS3. It was the Ninja Gaiden PS3 game, and I got to the 4th boss in that game, and I could not beat him. And instantaneously in my mind, I'm just like, this is the fucking worst game I've ever played. But Ninja Gaiden is purposely very hard. But I played Dark Souls and stuff, and I'm okay at that. I'm beating Dark Souls, but I've gotten pretty damn far to the point. I've beaten the twins. The priest and the knight and the big fucking Buddha motherfucker. They're considered one of the toughest bosses in the game. It took me forever. It took me a week to beat them, but I did it.
I know some of these words.
But Ninja Gaiden oh man, it was so frustrating. Screaming from my room. My mom coming in and being like, you need to quit playing these video games. They're making you so mad. And I'm like, you don't understand, Mom.
You don't get this.
I've been trying so hard to kill this goddamn person.
I hate my life.
Werewolf looking motherfucker. That's all I remember about him. His image is imprinted in my brain.
My worst game ever.
That's not really my worst game ever. This is
that's the most frustrating game ever for you, I would say.
that I've owned. That I've personally bought. No.
Okay, well, not a game that I bought, but this is a game I played.
Let's buy Ninja Gaiden. That's a great idea, Patrick.
Ninja Gaiden's awesome. I love Ninja Gaiden. It's a good game. But it's just very hard. Anyway, this game rivals Homefront: The Revolution bad, but worse. It's called Turning Point: Fall of Liberty.
Is that the one with the Statue of Liberty on the front of it? I had a demo disc that had that image on it.
It's a hypothetical history game where what if the U.S. lost World War II and the Germans invaded New York in the 1950s?
Logan would beat them all up.
God, it's as bad as fucking Homefront graphics. It looks like almost PS1 graphics on the 360. Horrible collision detection. Enemies take for fucking ever to die. You just have to pretty much every enemy's a 20 bullet sponge at least. Even just the MP the little scrub guys. I couldn't even get past the tutorial. I was just this game is god awful. But it was hypothetical history, and I like history, so I'm like, okay, this might be interesting.
I'll try it
out. But it's no. I don't even have any good things to say about it. It was just really bad. Probably the worst first-person shooter I've ever played.
Never even heard of that game.
It came out in 2008, 2009, something like that.
Weird, no idea.
Yeah, it was a 360 game and PS3 game. It was just blech.
Do you have a worst game, Sean?
I was gonna say Homefront: The Revolution because
Oh.
I played 1 or 2 multiplayer matches in the beta. I didn't even get the full game.
Yeah,
It was that bad.
you still know.
Also, another one that kind of comes to mind. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but Frontline's Fuel of War.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I do know what you're talking about. It was a 360 game.
Yeah, it was like, I want to say it was like one of the first.
No, I don't think it was quite that new.
It was an early release, I think.
Or quite that old. It was like 2007, I want to say. 2006, 2007. I remember seeing the TV ads for it. It looked cool, but...
Its thing, it was like the biggest multiplayer game on console at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It was like 64 on 64, back when like Battlefield was like 12 on 12. So
Oh, speaking of that, did you ever hear this game called Mag?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, it was a very cool idea for the time, but it was a PS3 basically like MMO first person shooter. It was like, but it wasn't, well, maybe not an MMO, but it was like they had these big giant battles, like it's like 64 on 64 team deathmatch.
it's a
type
PlayStation
stuff.
only game. I
PS3.
think. Yeah.
But you had different factions that you can play as. You can play as like these guerrilla people. You can play as like these special forces guys. But like these, it had a lot of cool ideas going for it. But the game just looked like garbage. But it had a lot of, like I said, cool ideas. But I wish it would have took off because it would have been really fun to play. But it was
Yeah.
online. It was multiplayer only.
I think there was a lot of games in that generation that kind of like did something new or tried something different, and it just
Like they were too ambitious for their
more or
own.
less. Yeah, it was a generation where a lot of things were tried and a lot of things failed.
Yeah, it's definitely like, well, they were trendsetters. Like this is the first game that tried
Mhm.
this, and this is what they did right. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it was a huge failure.
I can't really think of the worst game I've ever played. There's a
Rocket
game.
League.
You know what's funny? I was gonna say that just because of how bad
Why?
I just think the physics. Which honestly, that's not a real answer. It's a fun game if you can not care, but if you want to care, it's terrible. No,
Hit it right
so
on the nose.
there's 2 games I can think of. One's called Dark Void, I think.
Oh,
It was where you had the
oh.
jetpack and you could fly around.
Yeah.
The Capcom game.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was a widespread issue or if my game was just broken. I was like escorting like these giant like hover blimp kind of things, I think, or these airships. I don't even fucking remember. And we were going through a canyon, and I was zipping around fighting stuff, and it was terrible. I hated all of it. And these airships would get to a point in the map and just stop. There was no waypoint, no objective. They just stopped. And I was like, I don't get it. What do? I would fly around. I never figured out how to get past that game. I looked it up online, and there was no way to be like, here's a walkthrough of this part. I'm sure there is now, but at the time
I think that was
looking-
probably I think it was like playthroughs and that kind of stuff weren't really a thing.
See,
yet.
I couldn't
Yeah.
find one at the
I
time.
actually think I've seen videos of people having that same issue with that game.
Really? I want
Yeah.
to look that up now. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that. And there was part of it where you could boost,
Mhm.
and you would do like this really like powerful boosts away because you were already going to fly off into space, whatever. Not space, but in the air.
Yeah.
But if you boosted inside a building, there was no way for you to like mitigate the power of it. So you would just like slam into different things on the walls and stuff, and you would basically boost yourself, and you would just die.
This is fine.
It was such a weird broken joke of a game. I didn't like it.
I remember when I still worked at Gamers, like I worked there when that game first came out, and like the owner or whoever was in charge of like ordering stuff, he got like boxes of that game, just hundreds and hundreds of brand new copies of Dark Void, and like
I bet they still have them.
they probably do, but like I think what they did is they ordered a bunch of new copies and then just like sold them to another retailer. But like, not even within like the first week or two, those games were just coming back onto the shelves at the warehouse I worked at. So it was not well received.
No, it was pretty terrible.
Same thing with Too Human. That was another bad one.
Oh god.
I never
yeah.
played it. I think I played a demo that I
Yeah.
liked okay, but it was only a demo, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think that studio went bankrupt or something after that game. I think.
So I kind of have like almost a reverse answer to that, where it was a terrible game that I loved.
Mhm.
Was the Shadowrun shooter.
I actually like that game.
That game was fucking awesome. I know
It was
people who
really-
like Shadowrun didn't care for it, but I loved it. I played the shit out of it.
It was cool because like it was, well, I don't want to say it was the first of its kind because I don't think it was, but like on console probably.
Well, I think it was the first PC Xbox crossover multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
sure that was a first.
And if you're playing offline, pretty much all the matches were just like bot matches.
It was like a multiplayer only, but you could use bots. Yeah, for sure.
So it was like Unreal Tournament, like Quake probably too did that same thing. I don't know, but yeah, that game was cool.
It was like pretty
It's a
well.
class shooter.
Yeah,
yeah. But it was pretty well known. People like hated it, and a lot of people liked it. I loved it. I thought it was
I
great.
love that game.
It was fun.
Tree of Life.
Yeah, dude.
And the weird character models. I remember the really big one. I don't remember what the fuck it was.
I like the one that you could do like a teleport, but you could teleport through walls.
Yep.
So you could do like a double jump up, and you would teleport to the second floor to get out of trouble. I love that character. So, there's really not other news. I mean, we could talk about the free games. Free games with gold.
Walking Dead Season 2.
Walking Dead Season 2
I'm excited about that.
Rise Son of Rome. Rise is out now, and Walking Dead starts April 16th.
And you can still catch Evolve. Is free.
Evolve, I think, is still going on right now. Yeah,
until the 15th, isn't it?
Yeah, they do the half month, and then
but who the fuck cares?
Really though, I mean,
that's a fair.
I don't
fair
even know
answer.
if I would play that game for free. I tried it, and I wanted to like it because it was a cool idea, but once again,
I bought that game full retail.
Oh,
you poor bastard.
That's the worst game you've ever played.
No, not the worst game. Mechanically, it was solid. It worked. I mean,
It was a shitty joke.
It played very
I
well.
knew it was not his.
Yeah,
But then Darksiders and Assassin's Creed Revelation are the 360 backwards compatible games.
Woo.
And Pat's gone, so I don't know the
what did Pat go?
PlayStation ones.
Oh,
He's
did
going
he-
to a movie here in a minute.
Oh yeah,
so
he did leave. Yeah,
He's
he had to go to a
leaving
movie.
us.
God damn it, Pat.
Lovers in Dangerous Space Time.
That's one of the PlayStation ones, yeah. So
Which was
There was some
last month.
There was some cool trailer that Pat was showing us that was like notebook art animation, cell shaded hybrid
didn't
play
see
style.
what the name of that was.
I don't know what the name of it was, but whatever that game is, that looks really cool. Just yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good luck with that.
That's my news. There you go.
That was great, Worth. So glad you came
That's
to the
my
podcast.
addition.
So yeah, other than that, the only other real big news is the Project Scorpio specs were revealed. Pretty much.
So we were kind of having this discussion earlier. Like I didn't really get a chance to watch the trailer because I knew you guys posted in the group chat today. But like, what are you guys thinking this is going to be priced at? Because I mean, if it's going to be competing with PCs, they probably want to sell.
Yeah. I would say it's kind of competing with it. It is and it isn't competing with PCs. I mean, I guess they'd be kind of trying to get that market. I do think it's competing with the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation Pro is $400 right now.
Yes. Yeah. And so I mean, we don't have to go into all the technical names of what's in it, what's not. Just statistically speaking, here it is the most powerful console ever made. So it surpasses the PS4 Pro in terms of power and memory. Was it memory bandwidth? The hard drive is the same, I believe.
But it's supposed to play games in 4K, 60 frames a second. And they're benchmarking it with Forza 7, right?
Yeah. I think the rumors are Red Dead is going to be able to do that.
Oh God, that'd be fucking awesome.
I think Shadows of War, the Shadows of Mordor sequel,
the Lord of the Rings game. Yeah.
Yep. And I think there's going to be stuff announced at E3 that hasn't been announced or even rumored yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we should see a lot of new information coming out about that.
Yeah.
If they're smart, I think there's going to be a Halo announcement for the Scorpio at E3.
So it is important to note that nothing will be Scorpio exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Some features might, and the 4K and all that stuff will be exclusive to Scorpio. But if you buy a game on your Xbox One, it is playable on Scorpio and vice versa.
Yeah, that's good.
And all your backwards compatible games, like
Mass Effect 3 and that
all those games, they will also be under Scorpio. And a lot of them, if not all of them, I can't remember exactly, will be like upscaled and have better resolution. So they're improving all of the backwards compatible games.
So what you're saying is I should wait to buy as Project Scorpio because I was planning on getting a 1S.
I would definitely wait because if you happen to get you want to get a 4K TV, at some point, you might want to try to invest in the best, newest technology, that's there.
I'm still rocking my 1080 LED from like 4 years ago.
Right. I have a plasma, so yeah, I know what you mean. They're getting older. So yeah, what do you guys? It's just two of you here. What do you guys think? You have opinions?
I mean, if they're gonna be trying to compete with they're they're trying to like bring some of the PC market over to console, because like I know that's kind of like they're probably one of their bigger competitors right now as far as like they can bring, you know, PC specs to console, which is like kind of the, what am I trying to say, the deal breaker for a lot of people. Like PC gaming, there's a bit more, I wouldn't say an investment, but there's a bit more kind of a learning curve, I suppose, with some of the stuff.
You need to be more technically savvy, for sure. You need to be able to know what you're buying to get effective parts.
Consoles just kind of plug in and play, which is, me personally, I prefer just, you know, because I don't want to mess with like, oh, do my specs match this game, blah blah blah. Like I don't want to mess with that stuff. I just want to plug it in and go.
You buy a console and you're good for that console's lifespan.
That generation. You're good for 10 years.
Right.
But so with that being said, I figure if you want to get a gaming PC that can play games in 4K at 60 frames a second, obviously, your monitor is going to have to something to do with that too. But I think on average you're looking at probably about an $850 to $900 or $850 to $1,000 investment. Would you say say that
for a PC?
For PC,
that is being pretty modest, I think, and that's not being able to run the best settings.
Right.
Either you're running, and Sean has a PC, and I think he's probably the most knowledgeable in the hardware.
Great.
Yeah.
Damn it, Drew, you left
when
me.
Sean's the smartest guy in the room, you know you're in trouble.
We sucked up.
You got to talk now for once.
Yes, Sean. What do you have the specs, or did you?
I guess the one last point I was going to make with that was like if I was gonna say what they're going to be looking at for a price for that, I would say in the window of like $699 would be.
Well, and Sean made a good point actually about some of the hardware stuff. Is that they're probably not buying at retail price. They're probably getting.
And also the thing is, every console producer sells consoles at a loss because they make their money
or
back
a slim profit. Yeah,
or because they make their money back in the software sales.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
they're getting the components from their vendors at cheap.
Yeah.
Severely deviated, like
they're probably buying in bulk
pennies.
in a sense.
Pennies.
So, I don't know. I don't think Microsoft sees PC as like their main competitor for this. I'd say their only competitor at this point is PlayStation.
Well, PlayStation has sold more, and Xbox has been selling more over time on their own. Yeah, like last holiday season, kind of last fallish, they were selling out pretty well. The S, the One S started selling well.
With that being said, and I mentioned this earlier, if they like just using that as an example of who they're competing with, I would be very surprised if the Scorpio was over $600. I think we're going to see something along the lines of like $549.
You think so?
That's going to be my best guess.
I do think
because anymore people are just going to be like, hey, I could spend like $200 more and get a decent PC.
Right. Yeah, because if you got a PS4 Pro, that's a console that can essentially play 4K or close to.
It could stream 4K.
Yeah, I know they can upscale certain things and they can hit upscale 4K.
Maybe like software updates and hardware updates and that kind of stuff can probably. Well, the hardware updates won't really be a thing.
They don't have a 4K Blu-ray player. How fucking stupid!
I know,
is that?
Right? So yeah,
who owns fucking 4K Blu-ray players?
Sony. Yeah. They have the patent to the fucking thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah, Pat. Nice to join us.
Still kind of around.
He's here. You have some thoughts on this? Or no, he's gone again.
And he's gone.
So, I do think it makes sense though that it was going to have to be competitive with its other closest console competitor, while it's still people who like I guess me and you were for sure. Like I've toyed with the idea of getting a PC. I would like a gaming PC, but again, it's a huge cost investment if you want a high-end quality one.
Right.
And I mean, even let's say the Xbox is between $500 and $600.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good PC could be in around the $1,200 range. You essentially would double that if those numbers are exactly,
But at the same time, I have a theory that like this is kind of competing in a market on its own. Like maybe we're looking at like an entirely new niche for gaming. Like maybe this isn't trying to compete with anything. Maybe they're just trying to establish its own like niche in itself. So you have your kind of budget console consumers or whatever that just want to get like the cheapest console just so they can start playing, but you don't have the people that want to spend the money on a high-end gaming PC. They want to corner some market that's somewhere in the middle.
If the Scorpio is over $700, I'm going to eat a hat.
Yeah, that would be surprising. I mean, they have said that it is going. They're going for a high-end console,
Right.
and so they're.
Wasn't the PS3 severely overpriced at launch?
I think it was $600.
It was $600.
So.
Yeah.
But because it was fully backwards compatible with PS2 and PS1 games, so that's why because they were expensive to produce. That's why it was so expensive.
I mean, that doesn't make it okay that it's that
Well,
expensive.
didn't they get a lot of backlash and like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Xbox
that's the thing.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I think Xbox could learn from some of that and be like, we've got to take a loss on this to get it in the ecosystem and to get people's, I guess, not trust, but get their,
Yep.
get them excited about it. Be like, oh, I can afford this. I want 4K gaming in a convenient, with a
Yeah.
convenient box,
And not have to
PC.
worry about buying individual components and
all the,
shit and
I'm
stuff.
sure even Drew, all the PC Master Race people are like cringing at this whole conversation.
Yeah,
They're
Drew's
like,
gonna
you
listen to this
idiots.
and be like, he's just gonna be like throwing stuff at the screen. Just
Right.
like, "Ah,
Shut up."
up.
And it's definitely it'll be interesting to see what market this takes, and if PC gamers are like, that's interesting, or that's a
Yeah.
good idea, or maybe they're just like garbage.
Yeah.
Like we're better than that.
Leave a comment below, Jake.
Yeah.
Calling you out.
No, I like Jake's comments.
Yeah.
He's a good viewer.
He's a
good listener.
He's got
Later,
some good input.
nerds.
Bye.
Bye, Pat.
Enjoy your movie.
I'm gonna go watch an anime movie. You
Nerd.
nerds.
You feel me? No,
So
I like anime.
what's anything else, Scorpio? You guys want to see anything? Is there anything that what? Because it was just a spec reveal. They said it's a. Because I saw online people were like, it wasn't a real reveal. Well, fuck you. They said it's a spec
what if
reveal.
They said they were going to reveal the specs. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all they said.
What if
It's so annoying.
this kind of maybe this might be a different topic, but like, what if somewhere down the line, maybe with Scorpio, who knows? But what if somewhere down the line, somebody produced like a modular console? So like a console that you can buy components for that suit whatever your best interests and needs are. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a PC.
Well, I guess. But like,
Sorry,
Move on.
I just don't
Move
go.
on.
I was like, you just explained a computer. So no, I know what you mean though. And it's weird because originally some of the conversation with Scorpio was that. Careful, Sean.
yeah, he's grabbing.
It was that they said like
headphones.
interchangeable parts, and then recently the head of Xbox was like, "That's not a thing."
Yeah.
So
Like that's, I guess yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you're right. That is kind of a PC thing. But
can you hear me, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, we're messing with the audio here.
Can you hear me now?
The rest of this podcast is going to be super freeform. Like,
yeah,
it's just us three.
This is just off topic.
Pat left. I mean, there was like really no real news. I mean, we can only ramble at Scorpio for so long. So,
Yeah.
what do you want to talk about?
There's so much limited information about it yet.
Yeah, it was just a tech reveal. E3 should have the physical box so we can see what it is.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty.
Hopefully, see some more, see some gameplay
Yeah.
on 4K. Scorpio console level, graphics.
What if Spider-Man gets a Scorpio port?
It won't.
If
sad.
we can dream.
I was toying with the idea today. I put it on a group chat if I should get a Switch,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to. I kind of decided against. I think there'll be enough games that I'll want eventually for it, but
It's not there yet.
well, no, it's definitely not there yet. But you guys are just on your phones. What's going on here?
I'm listening. I can multitask.
I didn't have anything else to say. I was thinking about getting a Switch.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, me personally, I don't think there's enough games out for it yet to just.
Well, of course, there's not games out for it yet. You
Yeah.
have to love Zelda.
Well, that's the thing. I've never been a Zelda fan. Sorry,
Sean, have you ever played and beat a Zelda?
Like
what's a Zelda?
Like, are we talking like going back to like NES?
any Zelda game, if you played and beat one fully, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's say maybe this will be like the-
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo,
Okay.
which is the best Zelda game.
you hear that.
True.
You
can
hear
go
that?
through.
I couldn't remember if you had or not.
I just
So this is like the non-Zelda podcast.
The only Zelda game that I really gave a chance was probably Wind Waker. I mean, it was definitely like one of the more popular titles in the series, but like, I don't know, like, I've kind of made the comment, if I'm going to play games like that, I like the subject matter to be a bit more gritty and kind of, I don't know, just kind of a bit more adult themes. Not that kind of adult, but Sean, I know you're going to say it.
Well,
He's on his phone.
Never mind.
What are you doing on your phone?
I came across this article on VG247.
Well, hold on. Let me finish my thought. But yeah, like, Zelda, if I'm going to play an RPG like that, I like it to be a bit more I guess, mature.
You want like Witcher style maturity.
Witcher, Dragon Age, Skyrim, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I mean, granted, I'm not discounting the game. I know it's a popular game, and it's an icon in the industry, but it's just not my taste. That's all I have to say about it. John, what's your article?
I came across this article. It says, we're going back to the Scorpio talk. According to Eurogamer's interview with Mike Ibarra, corporate VP of Microsoft or of Xbox at Microsoft, Project Scorpio is for that premium customer, the gamer that expects the absolute best versions of the games. And the site states that one thing seems clear: Project Scorpio will be more expensive than the PS4 Pro. And then the article kind of goes on to say Digital Foundry, who had the exclusive, revealed the specs earlier today, estimates. I'll pat myself on the back for this one. Estimates Xbox Scorpio will run $499, the same price Xbox One was at launch. That's $100 more than PS4 Pro.
Damn, Digital Foundry made that claim?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, they break down lots of tech stuff. I would guess that they would have
That's a pretty
good educated guess.
That's their best estimate so far.
Yeah, that kind of shut me up.
Fuck yeah.
$499 to $550.
That's like a perfect price point to say, here's your 4K high-end graphics for your hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
You have the S model for your casual gamer, but if that's not enough, you can go the high PC.
I'm still rocking the old school Xbox One.
Right.
I was gonna say, what is the? You guys probably know more. What does the Xbox One sell for now? Like base?
250 or 300, depending on 500 or a terabyte.
And the One S is.
That's what it is. They don't sell the standard Xbox
that's
anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the S models.
The One S is the only one you can get now. I still got the original Fat Boy.
I kind of do too, but mine's a fancy Halo one. So
mine's a black Fat Boy.
I think if they go above that $500 threshold, it's just going to throw a lot of like the same people that are going to spend like $800 on a new fucking iPhone, they'll balk at spending like $600 on the console.
Yeah.
You're not going to fucking win. So
that they gotta cut the price for the customer's benefit, and they're to make them want to have a justifiable purchase.
Like I think if it was even above $550, people would just be like,
even that $50 over $550 at $550, they might go no.
Well, what if
100 over PS4 Pro is probably a good. It's
better if they bundled it with the right games or right accessories. Maybe I could see it at that price point. Like I don't know if the Kinect is still really a thing.
They'll never bundle that again.
Yeah,
never,
because it wasn't. It was a good It was kind of a cool idea. It was definitely an improvement on the original Kinect.
Does anybody even use their Kinect anymore?
I was for a while, and I unplugged it because every time Pat walked in the room, it would sign him in, and it started annoying me. So
like mine's not even plugged into my Xbox. It's sitting on a shelf now.
I like the Kinect.
Yeah,
voice commands are great. I love it.
The voice commands were good. When they moved it over to Cortana, it was kind of garbage. But
it did get a little wonky.
Yeah, Cortana, the voice commands are too laggy. And it could be maybe the age of my console or like my internet speed or something. My internet speed shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Well, I would say, like, hey, Cortana, record that. And I would have been playing for an hour, and she was like, I'm still warming up. Come back later. I was like, no. God damn it. You've been playing for an hour. You were ready. Bullshit.
She's warming up for you, Logan.
That'd be okay.
Yeah.
No, the new...
You're in blue.
While we're talking about Xbox stuff, do you guys have the new dashboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
I like it.
I think it's cool.
I do too.
Yeah. It's no complaints. I mean, it's easy to navigate. It's not like it's not really cluttered.
It's nice where you hit the home button and it doesn't pull your game completely out of frame anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the old 360 where you hit the middle button and it would pop up over top of what you were doing.
Yeah.
I think that pop out with the old dashboard kind of created. It's like I know there would be some games I'd be playing where I would pop out hitting the guide button. You'd go back to the game, it would fuck it up like a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Like I haven't noticed that with the new update yet.
Well, have you tried the new game DVR? So when you hit the guide button, it pulls out the side thing. If you hit the back button, it drops down the 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. So it's way easier to... Because before you could only get the 30-second clip, or you'd have to go through the menu option and, sit there in your game and not do anything for like 10, 20 seconds, and then pick how much time you want to finish on. So it's way, way easier now.
Right.
It's way nicer.
Well, does that make like editing your clips a lot easier too? Or
No, it's more of
that
just
yet?
it's easier to get the amount of time you want to record backwards quicker.
Yeah.
So instead of having to pull up the snap feature and then scroll down and let it load, and you're sitting in your multiplayer game for possibly 20 seconds doing nothing.
I'm helping.
Yeah, right. You're just sitting there chilling, waiting for your thing to load. It's just way quicker now to get your exact minute you want to record and then get back into the game. So
Speaking of that, Sean, remember that one time that I played Minecraft with you guys? That one time, and I
That
bought
one time.
Yeah, that one time I played that one time, and I because I was the retard in
You could just end that sentence there.
and oh wait, I forgot I can't say that word on YouTube anymore. No, anyway, but
Banned.
I was
you were the idiot.
I was the village idiot, and I bought the Simpsons character pack just so I can make my character look like Ralph Wiggum.
I like how you were trying to learn. I put you in this cave, like threw a shovel at you. I was like, "Here you go," and we just ran away.
Yeah, you just I'm like, wait,
You're like, "What do I
you
do?"
son of a bitch! And then I got killed by a skeleton.
You'll
We
figure
were
it
so
out.
helpful and we're such good friends.
Right.
You know. I think I destroyed your house at one time just out of spite. You came after me.
One of my favorite things to do in Minecraft was when Sean would dig these hundreds block down these huge caverns he would mine out.
Mhm.
I would just pour water down his stairs, so he would just have to try to swim back up. Yep.
Oh,
Ruined
God.
his day. It was amazing.
We-
I used to light
we-
Jared's house on fire all the time too.
Yeah, but who didn't?
Yeah, Sean, you were definitely
Until
the
I got
pyro,
smart and just started
You can
building
have
it
some,
out of
like-
stone.
Right.
You could have some very dark subject matter in Minecraft if you
Oh
wanted
god,
to.
so many crazy things happen in Minecraft.
So many days lost to that fucking game.
I'm really glad I never caught on that craze. I tried to get into it, but I just couldn't do it.
I'll stand by my statement that I don't like that game solo. I love it co-op.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is a co-op.
If we
game.
could get a core group of 6 people, and they would finally release the fucking dedicated servers that we've been waiting for fucking years. I'm not bitter.
How does that make you feel, Sean?
I think I peaked a little bit on the board.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, I think with a core group of 4 to 6 people, that game is a blast.
If they don't even have dedicated servers yet for Call of Duty, I doubt that's gonna happen.
No, it's gonna happen in Minecraft. They have it on the PC version. It's called Realms. They just haven't moved it to the Xbox yet.
Huh.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah. I know
So-
some of those words.
I looked up some stats for us.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay.
So I have played 7 days, 17 hours of Minecraft on Xbox One. And so, just to note, that's not counting our 360 time, which is probably about the same. Maybe more.
Right, double.
Maybe more, yeah. Sean, you're at 8 days, 7 hours.
What am
So
I at?
most of our Minecraft time must have been the one map me and you and Jared worked on.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Because it was on my Xbox, and so you could only get on when I was playing, so you've only played very little by yourself. And the other guy that played with us, Jared, on that same map, his total for Minecraft on Xbox One was 15 days and 2 hours.
My God.
Yeah.
What am I at?
Fucking life.
What am I at? I'm curious.
You are at 5 hours. Minecraft's casual
God.
scrub.
I love it.
I'd be ashamed to know what our 360 numbers were.
I know how to find it on Xbox One. I don't know how to find it on 360, or if it's
we
even.
literally played Minecraft until the sun came up.
Oh yeah,
Before children
Many-
and responsibilities.
Yeah.
many nights for that. Yeah,
Well,
that was my favorite Minecraft map, the compound we made.
Compound.
It was not nearly as big as our Xbox One version.
You look ridiculous.
Me wearing my gold armor on top of the castle.
No,
Green.
no homo, but here's a rose.
So many amazing,
So many quotable moments.
so many amazing quotes. I love it.
What was God? What was This is why we can't have nice things. Where does that come from?
That is Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh, the helicopter.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is why we can't have nice things.
That was. I think we were playing the beta, right?
It might have been.
It was me and you and Jared.
Battlefield was the origin of up is down is down is banana.
That was the same. That was like within 5 minutes
I
of
was
each
just gonna
other.
ask that.
Yeah,
Up is down and
It's like up is down and down is
banana. Because Jared gets in the helicopter. He's like, I want to drive or fly because we haven't done it yet. And so me and Sean get in. First thing Jared does, he takes up a little bit and then does a 180 flip and crashes a helicopter within 3 seconds. And then we just sit there in silence. And Sean's like, "See, Jared, this is why we can't have nice things." You see, Logan, this is why we can't have nice things.
oh god, I love it. Now we're just reminiscing at this point.
Oh yeah, this podcast is over.
No,
for,
this is
for
welcome
topics.
to the nostalgia podcast.
I miss
Right.
that game.
Yeah, God, what were some what
It's
were
backwards
some,
compatible now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
is.
know.
We can play it.
I have it installed.
Me
But
too.
but the servers are probably
No.
no,
No.
There
really.
are people there.
See,
I was
I
playing the Vietnam expansion. There are people still
God,
playing. Let's get on it. Let's
I
do
tried,
it.
I tried to play Battlefield 3 again on backwards compatible, and it's not the same. I was super sad about that because Battlefield 3 was like my shit on 360. And-
Metro 24/7. Kill me.
No, not Metro. I'm talking about
That
Karg
map.
Island. Karg Island.
Karg was great.
the best map in Battlefield.
Or
3.
Operation Firestorm.
That was another.
Yeah, it was good, but I'd rather play Karg.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
No, what was the? It was like a forest one.
Casting Border.
Yeah,
Yes,
with
that was
the antenna.
That and Karg were my favorites, but I was always incredible on Caspian. And Jared was always terrible. And he'll even say he did not like the map. It didn't make sense to him. I killed it on that map. I loved it.
Yeah,
Battlefield 3 was a great multiplayer game.
it was. But I think I just because I've been spoiled with like larger team size on Xbox One, so it's like this 12-on-12 shit is really slow. But maybe it's just because I need to play with the right people.
I mean the
Bad Company 2 would probably be better. Probably have more of a player base than Battlefield 3 would.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, you never know.
I don't know. Yeah, as long as it's not Battlefield 4, I don't care.
You know what game I missed and I thought about today? I wish there was a game kind of like it or they would remake it.
What?
I don't remember if you played it, but I know Logan did. Wait for it.
What, Sean?
Gotham City Imposters.
Yeah.
I don't
Holy
know-
fuck,
I
that
don't-
game was
I don't
fun.
know why I thought about that earlier today, but I was like, God, I miss that game. That
It
game
was like
so
an
fun.
arcade shooter that was set like in the Batman, universe. Did you play that, Worth?
Yeah, I'm not as much. I know you guys played. I played. There was a trial or something, and I played the trial, and I definitely liked it, but I never like took the plunge and bought the game. But it was fun. I definitely liked it. It was.
I love that game.
I
thought
got
it
like
was great.
I got like a super big like Team Fortress vibe, or even some Borderlands kind of thrown in there, like with the humor and stuff. But it was a solid shooter for $15.
It was your other class-based kind of shooter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that game. It was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Roller skates.
Yeah, you ever run fucking roller skate characters? There was one that you could bounce up in the air, then turn like a wingsuit, so you could like glide down. Oh shit!
Oh, don't be spilling
I
shit.
almost spilled something over here.
Your Neo's all over the place.
Right.
Can feel them
No,
moving.
since we're just talking about random reminiscing stuff, this is my favorite memory of a game. Do you have any idea what I might say, Sean? I just gave him I gave him PTSD. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love you just slam Pat's headphones down the table.
It was gentle.
They're fine.
Yeah.
It sounded worse than it was.
So you Homefront. You played Homefront,
Yep.
the first one, Worth?
Yep.
Do you remember the map that was like on a farm?
Yeah. There was that barn with the crows perching.
So yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a silo thing almost, where you could climb up and get on top.
Yeah.
And almost the only way to to kill somebody up there was to you had to climb up there and fight them. And if you couldn't get up there without them knowing you, there's no way to kill them. We got put on opposite teams, me and Sean. And he got up there and he was fucking killing everybody. And it was pissing me off. And I kept shooting at
I was
him.
good at that game.
Yes. And so he was slamming up there. And I'm like, this motherfucker, I have to figure out how to kill him. So I snuck up to the silo. I took a grenade. I aimed up. I cooked it as the perfect time. And when I let it go, I go, hey, Sean. The grenade literally peaks at the top of its throat and blows him off the silo. And he had no idea it was coming. He had no idea I snuck up. It is my all-time favorite gaming moment. It was so funny.
I think my best kill for something like that would be in Modern Warfare 2, where I was playing on High Rise. You remember that map?
Yep.
Yeah.
I even remember that map.
Yeah. So you know how both teams start on opposite ends. You got to break that that window in the office to basically get out on the top of the
and pray you don't get shot by a sniper. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. But
YouTube.
I always use Semtex, and on that map I use Semtex and a suppressed MP5K with a tack knife and a pistol. But right as I just broke the window, I sprinted out and just chucked the Semtex. I didn't even cook it. I just chucked it because there's no real cook time for those things. You just kind of throw them. And I threw it over the other side of the helipad, and then I just see plus 400. And I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, did I just get a quad kill with a random grenade?
Jeez, that is really funny.
And I watched the kill cam, and all these guys are just bunched up next to each other, just running, and it just lands pretty much right at this one dude's feet that was in front, and it just goes boosh, and they all just fly backwards.
I love those random kills like
shit. And that was before like the days of like recording that kind of stuff, and I was like, God, I wish I would have got that.
I was playing Battlefield 3, and it was Operation Firestorm. And I think it was right before the Xbox One came out when you could do the capture stuff.
Yeah.
And I was at, I think, base A, and there's a jet that was flying back and forth, and it was just lighting people up. He must have been really good at doing like the air to ground combat. And as he was flying over, I took an RPG, not like a heat-seeking one. I tried to time it. I just put my joystick all the way up. I shot, just swinging my reticle, and I hit the jet with an RPG. It was fucking awesome.
Dude, I was a fucking gangster at, like, just shooting RPGs at helicopters in Battlefield 4. Like, especially...
I remember that, actually, with you. Yeah, you were always
I was pretty fucking
taking
good at
people
that.
down. It was so funny.
Yeah. Like, what's that, the Night Ops map?
I was just gonna say I know it was a night one. You did it like 2 times, like in like a minute. It was hilarious.
But it was always that map. But it was the Night Ops one, but then it was the same map, but in the daytime.
Like, I hated that map on daylight.
Daylight. The Night Ops was fun.
The night one was great.
And like every single time, I would always be engineer and have my SMAW, and I'd always fall on the forest. Pretty much, I would always stick to the forest. And there'd always be the fucking little scout chopper that like just flies around. I just like time it right. I'm like, okay, I gotta lead him a little bit, and then go. And then and every single time, just like right exactly where I wanted it to go. But
Battlefield 3, towards the end, I started getting good at sniping helicopter pilots. Yeah. That was fun, where you just get the pilot killed and you see it slowly crash and everybody bail out of the helicopter because they realize their driver's dead.
Fuck. Why are we falling?
Sean,
do
you have gaming moments you want to talk about?
I'm still suffering from PTSD.
I know. I make sure to bring that up to him occasionally just to slowly ruin his life.
I guess we are kind of at time, I guess, aren't we? Basically.
No, but yeah.
Well, I guess I do have some news, personal news. I bought after 6 years. I finally bought myself a new laptop.
Oh yeah, so we should be able to get some more video stuff out for you.
Yeah, that's because my laptop was like just a freaking hamster wheel. Like my processor was a hamster wheel.
You had like a foot crank. You had to keep the power
just
going.
Like, did the hamster finally die?
It didn't die. It's just.
Or did it change homes?
Well,
is that why you've been kind of fidgeting tonight?
Change homes? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Is there something you want to tell us?
Anyway, moving on.
No wonder why you can't sit still.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Lemmy Winks.
What laptop did you get?
Can you stop? I'm trying to talk. No, okay. So for the last 6 years, I've been rocking this HP Pavilion DD6 i3 processor, i3 dual core processor.
Stop bragging.
You're gonna make our fans jealous.
Well, dude, that thing's been a fucking trooper. That's what started Feed the Dogs. That's what started. Recording for this channel.
Spiraled into friendly fire.
I'm pretty sure the computer on my stationary bike is more powerful than that laptop.
It probably is, but it can run Vegas, so that's all that I've cared about. But and Elgato recording stuff. But finally, I was just like, you know what, dude? It's been 6 years. I've got $700 burning the hole in my PayPal account, so I might as well just buy a new laptop. And I bought a Dell Inspiron. It's a 2.5 gigahertz. 2.5 gigahertz, 12 gigs of RAM, quad. I think it's a quad core processor with a terabyte hard drive for $489. So,
are we gonna have a Viking funeral for the old one?
Sure. Why not?
We should probably do that.
We can have a Viking funeral. We still need to have a Viking funeral for my little capture card.
That too.
At the same time,
right. It's
a tandem funeral. Actually, I prefer that you guys just like put the capture card in like a blue rock thrower, so I can just shoot it with a shotgun out the side. Pull,
just chuck it up in the air.
No, but it
sounds like a pretty decent computer at a pretty decent price.
Well,
I bought
my last my HP. I bought that from the site called Blink.com. I'm going to kind of plug them a little bit because they're actually a really good site to buy computer stuff on. It's like it's an open box like wholesale website, so they sell stuff that's like refurbished, like new, open box stuff. You can get it for fucking 50% off, even more sometimes for some of this stuff. But yeah, this one was kind of a newer laptop, but I still got it for about 25% off the price. So I figure I got a good deal for what I paid for. and I'm not really big into gaming on PC, and I don't plan on using it for gaming. But as long as it can run editing software is better, and I can record, content more efficiently, especially with the, Elgato uses a lot of processor speed and stuff like that. So
that is true.
But yeah, I'm hoping this is a kind of an investment for the future of the channel. So I'm excited. I like it.
No, yeah, we don't have a whole lot of stuff right now in terms of
We're a
hardware.
very bare bones operation.
Yeah, we need to get back to it.
The only nice thing we have is this soundboard and our mics.
I'm trying to use the Surface to do stuff,
Yeah.
and I have the one that's not quite designed for that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It works. We're getting there.
It gets by.
You get one of those Surface
Surface
Pro.
Book.
No, the big one.
Oh, the Surface Studio. That's the new desktop coming out.
Ooh.
That thing would be nice, but that is a lot of money.
It has a lot of money.
It's only money.
See if they have one on Blink.
They're not out yet, so
Use the code Friendly Fire to get 25% off your order. Actually, please
don't do that.
Don't do that. That's not a thing. But if you want to go check it out, it's BLINQ.com.
That's not how you spell Blink.
Well, that's how they spell it. Talk to them, not me. I'm just a plug. I'm just gonna plug them.
They're wrong.
They're wrong. But yeah, I guess we're basically at time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is it.
that's it. So
Sorry for wasting the last 20 minutes of your life.
no, they want to get to know us, man.
Yeah, this is the
No,
raw
we
part of the
have-
podcast.
No, they don't. Well,
We are
they
horrible people.
they got to know us somewhat.
We're not horrible people.
Yeah, if you ever see
Horses
Sean
Horses are terrible people.
on the street, just be like, "Oh, remember that grenade in Homefront?" He'll just like start like shivering on the ground.
crawling to a ball,
Ask-
start rocking
ask-
back and forth.
Ask him if she deserved it.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I did not deserve that.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
All right. Bye, guys.
See you guys later.